as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Here we go. 11, enter.
Here's Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here we go.
They go play action with Burrow. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He will find his man Chase complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up first and goal.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he takes a pretty good lick there as he'll wind up getting about 3. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with career touchdown number 125, moving him into a tie with Walter Payton on the all-time list. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Shipley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You talk about this Bengals defense. And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass. Currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Once again, it's Shipley. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
27 yards there, a first down.
On one, ready?
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw. He'll get that to his tight end, Theo Johnson. And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Burrow on play action. Now he's going to step up and run. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards the pickup there. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a first down.
The 11-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 11, Thomas.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think...
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Jamar Chase with career touchdown number 126, the same number. And the Bengals lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Operating from the gun. Man. That's complete to DK. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Bengals 43-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Russell. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup. First down.
At the 39-yard line.
Off play action. Man. There's a short one taken in by Otten. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. Off the bootleg. Man. Stewart. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
3rd and less than a yard.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football back at their own 17. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Got a man. It's the rookie out of the 3rd round. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 2nd down. The Bengals at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
On 2.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Again, it's Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now it's Burrow. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
And they go play action now. Burrow. Complete. The tight end Rivera. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
37-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Let's get set. Hey, can.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Quick slant caught by Chase. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Here we go. Right, 80. Place hot.
Burrow looking to pass. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Right, 80. Stop.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's got it. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here we go. Right, hot. Right, 80.
Bigsby will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner. Use a barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Well, PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play, and they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Shipley. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
15 yards. Complete to Will Shipley.
They go play action here on first down. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
Off the play fake. Man, there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw again. He's got it to Collins, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Straight ahead, Shipley. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Will Shipley, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Buccaneers 7.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Let's get set. 180.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. Still fighting for more. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here's Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Now Burrow. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Turbo shot. Start.
Burrow will throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
12, 12, 12.
To the air again, Burrow. And he will find his man on the outside. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. This is caught. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
The final shot before break. Man. Got a man. It's Collins complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Now 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Man. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 36. Well, across the formation, there's Otten with it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Good work there. You're going to see on play action, they run an out route with the receiver on the outside and let the tight end work the seam in the area beyond it. A great concept, and it leads to a first.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Will Shipley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Buccaneers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
Here we go, here we go. Back.
They go play action with Burrow. And he will find his man Chase complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
180. Plays hot. Hot. Hot.
On first and 10, it's Bigsby. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Burrow on play action. Now he's going to step up and run. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
180.
Out of the gun now on third down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Bengals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Play action. Man. That's complete to DK. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Tampa Bay.
Operating from the gun. Man. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice. or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 37.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Buccaneers.
Looking to throw. Man. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The end result, 21 yards.
First down.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Man. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. To the left. Now the ball comes loose, and the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Now Burrow down around his goal line. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hodges. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Second and a couple.
Here we go. 180. 12. 12.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. Running free at the 45. Off to the races. Moving inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. He goes 86 yards there on the touchdown run. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
42. Buccaneers, 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Will Shipley, 44 yards. And the Buccaneers get a bit closer.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
42. Buccaneers, 21.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. By rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Here we go, here we go. Back.
An inside give, Brown. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
On 2, ready?
Second down and 6 now.
Here we go, here we go. Back.
Play action. It's Burrow. Now he'll tuck this and run. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
10 at the 42-yard line.
Just set. Right 80. Stop. Stop.
This is Brown going up the middle. Dancing away at the 35. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 105 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
Here we go. 180. 180.
Here's a give to Bigsby. And he stopped immediately there. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Here we go. Can.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the gun, Bigsby. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
180. 180. Stop.
And Bigsby once more. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain on the run there. Now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
180. 180. Stop.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He finds his man, complete. It's Hodges. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Let's get set. That.
Brown. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Gun. That. 180. That.
Throw left side, complete to Chase. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Bengals 49. Buccaneers 21.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
A run on first down with Shipley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
They'll give it to Shipley. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 101 yards for him on the ground now and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Now Shipley again. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now 2nd and 5. On the handoff, it's Shipley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down. Man, throwing the out route incomplete. It's Collins. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Nico Collins, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
28.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. From the gun, a give to Brown. And a strong run that time as it's across midfield and down to the 43. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Here we go. 180.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Cincinnati, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye.